get some practice today with the writing of the expressions. First thing, every time, you gotta read the problem. So this one says, Monica is going to make 5 apple pies. If each pie requires X apples, what's the total number of apples she needs? Sometimes what can be helpful is to think of it with numbers. So if she's going to make 5 apple pies, and let's just pretend each pie requires 10 apples. How many apples did she use? 50. What type of math do you do? Multiplication. So we're doing it the same way. The only difference is we have that variable. So we're multiplying 5 times x. So our expression would be 5x. That make sense? Go ahead and try that one. There are 25 marbles in a bag. A student removes an unknown number of marbles, represented by x. What expression represents the number of marbles that remain in the bag? All right, who's got it? Shane? 25 minus x. If you're removing something, in this case that's going to be subtracting. So we started with 25, remove x, that's a subtraction problem. All right, so let's make it a little more complicated then. Riley has $14 more than Ashton. Peyton has twice as much money as Riley. If Ashton has M dollars, what expression represents the amount of money Peyton has? So we're starting with Ashton. Now we know how much Ashton has. Ashton has M dollars. It says here, Riley has $14 more than Ashton. Well, that's just adding. We take Ashton's money, that's the M, and we're going to add 14 to it. Where it maybe gets a little bit trickier, Peyton has twice as much money as Riley. How do we do twice as much? Times 2. What gets multiplied by 2 though? Riley's money gets multiplied by 2. That's the whole thing. Riley has 14 more than Ashton. So to show the whole thing multiplied by 2, we need to put it in parentheses. Okay? That makes sense? And then that would show us how much money Peyton has. So you just got to kind of pay attention, work your way through it, or think your way through it, like what gets multiplied by 2. All right, y'all try this one. Luis has 4 less than 3 times the number of apples that Ben has. If Ben has n apples, what expression shows the number of apples Luis has? All right, who thinks I got it? Nobody's confident. Ben? So that's what Ben said he had. Yeah, nope. Oliver? Is that what you're saying? That one is correct. All right, I can see from here, a few of y'all had parentheses, okay? Here's why this one does not have parentheses. It says 4 less than 3 times the number of apples Ben has. So what's getting multiplied by 3? Just the number that Ben has, just the n, okay? The 4 less is being taken from that. Everybody kind of follow on the difference? All right, so let's look at one more then. This is the other way that I can show you to use parentheses. 2 times the sum of a number in x. So when you see something like that, it doesn't have to be sum, it could be difference or quotient or product, right? That means we're going to put that in parentheses because it says 2 times that, so the sum of 3 and x, and then it says increased by 4. So increased by 4 means we got a plus 4 to it. All right, so this is like I said the other day. This is stuff that is both easy and difficult at the same time. Okay, there's not a whole lot of math you have to do to this, but you got to think through the math that would need to get done. Okay? Your classwork today is going to be stuff like that. Your homework is going to be stuff that involves combining like terms a little bit more. So like a rectangle here, perimeter of a rectangle. How do we find perimeter of a shape? Add all the sides. So it says the length, actually, let's go ahead, we'll go ahead and distribute to start with. So that's 10n plus 15. Same thing down here. All right, so we combine our like terms. How many n's do we have up there? 26. 10, 20, 23, 26. So we got 26n. And what's our constant, Levi? So we got plus 15, that's 30, minus 7 is 23, minus 7 again, brings you still to a plus 16. So we'd have 26n plus 16. Any questions?